Good evening, Dhamma friends. Welcome back. Welcome back to OPRC Day 51.
Good evening, Bhante.
Good evening, Bhante. Good evening,
Good
everyone.
evening, Bhante.
Good evening, Bhante, and everyone.
Good evening. Yes.
Yeah. Good evening, Bhante. Shukri Hontu to all.
Shall we get started by paying respect? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. So, today we are going to discuss about the last two stanzas of the first chapter. Call it stanza number 19 and 20. So the first chapter of the Dhammapada, which is called Yamaka chapter in Pali. Yamaka means a dichotomies of theirs, has only 20 stanzas. Let's take a look at these two stanzas. The idea of the two stanzas is that it doesn't matter how much Dhamma you know. What matters is that whether you know the practical version of that Dhamma. That is the idea. But we will explore more about how it works. So actually these two stanzas really represent the nature of all of us in our Dhamma practice, regardless of monk, nun, lay people, whoever. Because this is a good, in other words, measurement, a way to measure our Dhamma practice. How much have we been successful in our Dhamma practice? Now, we all been practicing Dhamma in our different ways. This is a good way to measure out our Dhamma practice. So how successful have we been practicing? (19 and 20). Okay, the first stanza has 4 lines, whereas the second stanza has a few more, say almost 6. Okay, the stanza. Bahum piche sahitang bhasamano na takkaro huti naru pamantu. Gopo bagavu ganayang paresam na bhagava samanyasa hoti. Once again, bahum piche sahitang bhasamano na takkaro huti naru pamantu. Gopo bagavu ganayang paresam na bhagava samanyasa hoti. All right, so now I can ask our chanting groups to read. First, I would ask from group 1. Anyone from group 1 would like to read? Let's raise your virtual hand. Group 1.
Bhante, I try.
Yes, okay. Yes, please go ahead.
Bahum picha sahitang basamanang mano basamano na takaro hoti naro pamoto gopawa gavo ganayang paresang na bagawa samanyasa hoti.
Right. I think this looks to be a challenging area for many of you. I understand. So And Suvi, I think you did not properly pronounce a couple of words. It is because I think they are new to you. Probably you are picking up the known version of this is not Bhagava, Bhagava. You can see Bhagava. It's not the Buddha. So can you go again? I will try to tell you what's going.
From the beginning, Bhante?
Yes, go slowly. Yes.
Yes. Bahumpi cha
Bahumpi che.
Bahumpi che sahitang basamano
Okay.
na takaro hoti naro pamoto
Pamato.
naro pamato gopova gavo ganayang paresang na bhagawa
Bhagava.
na bhagawa
Bhagava.
bhagawa na bhagawa samanyasa hoti
Samanyasa.
samanyasa
Hoti.
hoti.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay. All right. Group 2. Yes, Kim, please go ahead.
Bhante, I tried. Very challenging, but
I can feel the stress. Let's go ahead. Yes.
sahitang tang basamano na takaro hoti naro pamato gopo wagavo ganayang parisang na bhagawa samanyasa hoti.
Yeah, good. Better. Yes. Great. And then group 3. Yes. Yes, Shubin, please go ahead.
Bahumpi cha sahitam basamano.
Bahasama.
Basamano.
Not basam. Bahasama.
Basamano. Na takaru hoti naru pamato. Gopowa gawo ganayam parisang. Na bhagawa samanasa hoti.
Okay, great.
Thank you,
Group 4.
Bhante.
Yes. KB on.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Bahumpi cha sahitang basamano na takaro hoti naro pamato. Gapo wa gavo ganayang paresang na bhagava samanyasa hoti.
I think let's go back to 3 words. Bahumpi.
Bahumpi cha sahitang
Che. It's che. Che. Here.
gopova
Gopova. And this one?
bhagava.
Bhagava. Okay, great.
Thank you.
Okay. And group 5? Yes. Malinda, let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Bahumpi cha sahitam basamano na takaro hoti naro pamato gopo wa gavo ganayam parisan na bhagawa samanasa hoti.
Okay, great. Group
Thank you.
6. Group 6. Someone from group 6? Group 6. Okay. Yes, Margaret Tan, please go ahead.
Bahumpi cha sahitam
Bahumpi che.
Bahumpi che
Yeah. Yes.
sahitam basamano na takaro hoti naro pamato gopo wa gavo gana yam paresam na bhagava samanyasa hoti.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Group 7. Group 7. Yes, Shirley, let's go ahead.
Bahumpi che sahitang bahasa mano na takaro hoti naro pamato gopo wa gavo ganayang parisang na bhagawa samanyasa hoti.
Can you read this part again? Na
Bhagawa samanyasa.
Bhagava and Bhagava, the two Pali words, two meanings. This one, Bhagava. This is not the Buddha. This is Bhagava. Bhagava means ineligible. Yeah, na Bhagava means ineligible. Bhagava means eligible, deserved. Once again, na
Bhagawa.
Bhagava. Just
Bhagawa.
lengthen this A.
Oh,
Bhagava, long
long
A.
A.
Na Bhagava.
Bhagava.
Na Bhagava Samanya. So that's correct. Yes, great.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
All right, group 8. Group 8. Yes, Doris, please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Bahum pi che sahatam basamano
Sahitam.
sahitam
Sahitam.
sahitam basamano na takaro hoti naro pamato gopova gavo ganayam parisam na bhagawa samanyasa hoti.
So you were very careful at the point of Bhagava.
Yeah.
Not Bhagava. Bhagava.
Bhagava.
We'll go back to Namo Tassa Bhagavata, the Buddha. So Bhagava Sam. Great. Yes. All right. I'm now
Thank you,
giving the
Bhante.
opportunity to others. We'll start from Oi. Let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, please.
Bahumpi che sahitang basamano na takaro hoti naro pamato gopowa gavo ganayam parisam na bhagawa samanyasa hoti.
Okay, great. Then Rashmi. Go ahead.
बहुम पीछे संहितं भासमानो न तक्करो होति नरो पमत्तो गोपो व गावो गणयं परेसं न भागवा समन्यस्य होति.
Okay, great. And we have CHR.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Bahumpi che sahitam basamano na takaro hoti naro pamato gopowa gawo ganayang paresang gopowa gawo ganayang paresang na bhagawa samanyasa hoti.
Okay, great.
Thank
And
you.
we have Indra. Great.
Bahumpi che sahitam bhasamano na takkaro hoti naro pamatto gopava gavo ganayang paresang na bhagava samanyasa hoti.
Great.
Thank you,
Now,
Bhante.
Suzanne, yes. Let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Bahumpi che sahitam basamano na takaro hoti naro pamato gopava gavo ganayam paresam na bhagava samanyasa hoti.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Jenny.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Bahumpi che sahitang basamano na takaro hoti naro pamato gopowa gawo ganayang paresang na bhagawa samanyasa hoti.
Great.
Thank you.
And Ponchuwang, this.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Bahumpi che sahitam basamano na takaro hoti naro pamato gopawa gawo ganyayam paresam na bhagawa samanyasa hoti.
Okay, great. And
Thank
Corina?
you, Bhante.
Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
Bahu picha sahitam
Che.
bas.
Che. Che.
Oh,
Bahumpi che.
bahum piche sahitam. Hey. Bahum piche sahitam basamano. Nata karo hoti naro pamato. Gopo wa gavo ganayam parisam. Na bagawa saman bagawa samanansa hoti.
Samanyasa hoti.
Samanasa hoti.
Okay, great. And we have 9 chains.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Bahum piche sahitang bahasamano na takaro hoti naro pamato gopowa gavo ganeyang parisang na bahagawa samanyasa hoti.
Okay, great. And we have Siri.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Bahum piche sahitam bahasa mano. Na takaro hoti nero pamato. Gopo wa gavo ganayam paresam. Na bhagawa samanyasa hoti.
And we have yes,
Thank you,
Kisi.
Bhante.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Bahumpi che sahitang basamano na takaro hoti naro hamato gopawa gabo ganayam parisam na bhagawa samanyasa hoti.
Great. And we have Emma. Yes. Can you please unmute? Yeah.
Bahampi che sahidam bah samano.
Che.
Che.
Bahumpi che.
Bahampi che sahidam bah samano. Na takaro hoti naro pamato. Gopo wa gawo ganayam paresam. Na bhagawa samanyasa hoti. Thank you.
Repeat this Pali word again. Na.
Which one?
The last line.
Na bhagawa.
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 Bhagawa. Samanyasa hoti.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay. I think others I will give the chance in the next stanza because it's a too long one. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, that's the good side of the idea. Appam piche sahitang bhasamano dhammassa hoti anudhammachari ragancha dosancha pahaya moha sammapajano suvimutta chitto anupadiyano idha va purang va sa bhagava samanyasa hoti. Once again, appampi che sahitang bhasaman dhammassa hoti anudhammacha ragang cha dosang cha pahaya moha sammapajano suvimutta chitto anupadiyano Ida va urang va sa bhagava samanya sa hoti. Okay, so we'll be asking groups to read. First, we can ask group 1 to read. Anyone from group 1? Group 1? Yes. Yes, and so please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. I try.
Yes.
Upon picture,
Che.
sorry. Upon picture sahitang basamano. Dhammasa hoti anu dhammachari. Ragancha dosancha pahaya mohang. Samapajano suvi muta citto. Anupadiyano ida wa kurang wa. Sebagawa samanyasa hoti.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Group 2. Yes, group 2, I think who's gonna read? Is it Kim or Suzanne?
Susan can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'll keep Kim.
Thank you, Kim.
Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Apampiche sahitam basamano hoti anudari ragacha duncha pahaya moham sapajano suvimutichito anupadi sa bhagava samanasa hoti.
I think you were breaking up in the reading, I guess, maybe to our side, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think probably you must have read in the correct way. Would you like to go again, please? Yes.
Thank you. Apampiche sahitam basamano Dhammasahoti anudhamachari ragancha dosancha pahaya moham samapajano chito anupadiano idhava huramba sabhaga samahoti.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Great. Then group 3.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, great. Group 3.
Can I?
Yes, go ahead. Yes. Right.
Apapi ce sahitam
Che.
ba.
Apampiche.
Apapiche sahitam basamano. Dhammasahoti anu dhammachari. Ragancha dosancha pahaya moham. Sama apajano suimutachito. Anupadiyano idawa uramwa. Sabagawa saman. Sabagawa.
Bhagava. This is a long name. Bhagava.
Sabagawa samanyasa hoti.
Great.
Thank you.
Very meticulous. I'm thinking that there's a long name. I have to lengthen my. Yeah. Anyways. All right. Group 4. KBR, please.
Thank you, Bhante. Bhante, can you please, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Apampiche sahitang basamano. Dhammasa hoti anu dhammachari. Ragancha dosancha pahaya mohang. Sama pajano suvi mutachito. Anupadiyano idava urangva. Sa bhagava samanyasa hoti.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And group 5. Yes, group 5 is, I think, to raise the virtual hand. Who is going to read? Tan Swat or Melinda? can decide.
I'll let the other one read first, Bhante.
Okay, I'll put them in the list. Yes, Tan Swan. Yes, let's go ahead.
Yes, Bhante.
Yes, please.
Sahitam Basama.
Yeah, I think I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. My voice not so good. Apam
Okay.
Sahitam Basamano. Dhammasahoti anu Dhammacari. Ragang ca dosang ca pahaya mohang. Sama pajano suvimutacito. Anu padiyano edawa uramba. Sa bhagawa sama.
Sabhagava.
Sabhagawa samanyasa hoti.
Yeah, great.
Thank
So
you.
you made it. Everything is good.
Thank you.
Okay. That's group 5, right? So then group 6. Group 6, yes, Gan. Yes, please go ahead.
I'll try.
Yes.
Apampi je sahitam basamano damasa hoti anu dhammacari raganca dosanca pahaya mohang sama pajano suvi mutacito anu padiyano idava uramba se bhagawa samanyasa hoti.
Yeah, the only small concern is here. Could you read again?
Bhagawa.
No, Bhagava, 2 words, 2 meanings. Bhagava is the Buddha. Bhagava is eligible. Eligible, deserving. Bhagava means eligible. So you have to say, lengthen this. Yeah, this is what you call long A. Bhagava.
Bhagava.
Bhagava samanya savoti.
Okay.
Yeah, great. Because our mouth is always like programmed to say Namo Tassa Bhagavato, Bhagava, right? But here it is Bhagava. It is to. Yeah, great. And then group 7, right? Anyone from group 7? Group 7? Yeah, Aliana, please go ahead.
Apampice sahitam
Apampice
sahitam basamano damasa hoti anu dhammacari ragang ce dosang ce pahaya mohang sama pajano suwi mucito.
Suvi Muttacito.
Suwi Muttacito. Anu padiyano idewa hurangwa sabhagawa samanasa hoti.
Okay, good. Great. And group 8, last group. Group 8. Yes, Doris, please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
Apampice sahitam semano dhammasa hoti anut dhammacari raganca dosanca pahaya mohang sama pajano suvimuta cito anupadiyano ida va huram va sebhagawa samanyasa hoti.
Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. All right. So now I'm going to give the opportunity to others. We'll be starting with is it from Kim or Melinda? I think from Kim, I think. Yeah, Kim, please go ahead. And then Melinda. Yes.
I'm trying to. Apampi ce sahitam basamano Dhammasa hoti anudammachari ragancha dosancha pahaya mohan samapajano sovi mutachito anupadiyano idava purangva sa bhagava samanyasa hoti.
Okay, great. Yes, and then Melinda.
Thank you, Bhante. Apampi che sahitam basamano dhammasa hoti anudammachari ragam cha dosan cha pahaya mohan samapachano suvi mutachito anupadiyano idava puramba Sabhagawa samanasa hoti.
Sabhagava samanasa.
Sabhagawa samanasa hoti.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Then Rashmi, yes.
Appampiche Sanhita Bhasamano Dhammassa hoti Anudhammachari Ragancha Dosancha Pahaya Moham Sammapajano Suvimutta Chitto Anupadayino Anupadiyano Idhavahurangva Sabhagava Samanyasya hoti.
Okay, great. And we have Chupen. Yes. Go ahead.
Bhante. Apampi cha sahitam basamano. Apampi che sahitam basamano. Dhammasa hoti adu dhammachari. Ragancha dosancha pahaya moham. Samapajano suvi mukta citto. Anupadiyano idawa purangwa. Sabhagawa samanyasa
Sabhagawa
samanyasa hoti.
Okay, 9 seconds.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Bhante.
Yes.
Apampiche sahitang bhasamano dhammasa hoti anudammachari ragancha dosancha pahaya moham samapajano suvimutta chito anupadiyano idda va purangva sabhagava samanyasa hoti.
Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Next, Sabine. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Apampi che sahitam basamano dhammasa hoti anudammachari ragancha dosancha pahaya moham samapachano suvimutta chitto anupadiyano idawa purangva sabhagava samanyasa hoti.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And we have Oi. Let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Apampiche sahitang basamano dhammasa hoti anudammachari ragancha dosancha pahaya mohang samapajano suvimutta citto anupadiyano idawa purangwa sabhagawa samanyasa hoti.
Okay, great. Thanks. Teja. Let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Apampiche sahitam basamano dhammasa hoti anudammachari ragancha dosancha pahaya moham samapajano suvimutta chitto anupadiyano idawa puramwa sabhagava samanyasa hoti.
Great. And then
Thank you.
Ochuwa, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Apampi che. Oh, sorry. Apampi che sahitam basamano dhammasa hoti anudammachari ragancha do sancha pahaya mohang samapajano suvimuttachitto anupadiyano idawa purangwa sa bhagava samanyasa hoti.
Okay, great. And we have Jenny, please. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Apampi che sahitang basamano dhammasa hoti anu dhammachari ragancha dosancha pahaya mohang sama pajano suwimutta citto anupadiyano idewa purangwa sa bhagava samanyasa hoti.
Great. And
Thank
we
you.
have TC.
Yes. Apampicha sahitam
Piche.
Apampiche sahitam basamano dhammasa hoti anu dhammachari ragancha dosancha pahaya moham samapajano subimutta citto anu padiyano ida wa puramwa sabhagava samanyasa hoti.
Great. And we have Indra.
Thank you, Bhante. Appampiche sahitam bhasamano dhammassa hoti anudhammachari ragancha dosancha pahaya mohang samappajano subimutta-citto anupadiyano idhava hurangva sa bhagava samanyassa hoti.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
And yeah, the last one is Chompakla. Yes, let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Let's go ahead.
Apampi che sahitam pasamano dhammasa hoti anudammachari ragancha dosancha pahaya moham samapajano suvimutta-citto anupadiyano idava puramva sa bhagava samanyasa hoti.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Everybody. Okay, so I think because we need time for explanations too, at this point we are going to look back into stanzas once again. Okay, so I said to you earlier that these two stanzas deal with a way how we can measure out our practice. Our practice is the most important thing. We will start with listening to Dhamma talks, we will do other things, but at the end, it will narrow down to the practice. So this is the best way to measure out the practice according to how the Buddha mentions. Buddha is picking up a simile. The simile is a cowherd. Cowherd is someone who is counting others' cows. Others' cows for a part-time or maybe a daily job. So the Buddha's idea is that if someone is merely studying his Dhamma, but does not even practice proportionately, only study, keep studying, learning, but there is no even a sufficient amount of Dhamma in his or her practice, that person is just as a cowherd who is counting others' cows. Because at the end of the day, who is getting the maximum benefit of the cowherd's job? It is the owner of the cows. The Buddha said that there are 5 things what you call an owner of cows can get, as you understand them as what you call 5 products of the cow: milk, curd, ghee, urine, and dung. These are the 5 full benefits of a cow. So the cowherd will not get any of those. He will only be given a certain daily salary. So in the same way, if you are only learning Buddha's teachings, you will not practice sufficiently. You are like a cowherd. You are only looking after somebody's cows. Right? It's a very interesting example. So we will understand more with the particular stanza. Okay. Bahum piche sahitan bhasamana na takkaro hoti naropama. So we're going to look at the order pamatto naro. Pamatto naro. Pamatto means a delayed one. Pamatta means negligence. Let's understand this pamatta. Now, there is a clear connection to learning Dhamma and not being able to practice the Dhamma that person has been learning. The main reason is that person is still late in his practice or the practice. You might perhaps think, no, I go to the vihara, I keep listening to a bunch of Dhamma talks. That is a certain, what you call a fractional improvement in that practice. It has not yet come to the stage of the real practice. You are still learning at that point. So the Buddha calls, if someone, even having learned a lot of Dhamma, but not made the move to the level of the practice, still late in his or her practice. Pretty interesting. That kind of a Dhamma preacher can talk about a lot of Dhamma, Vipassana, meditation, Noble Eightfold Path. But if he or she can do a self-test, reflection about whether whatever I'm talking to people, whatever I'm from the Dhamma speaker side and also from the Dhamma listener side, whether I have been able to incorporate any amount of Dhamma that I've been listening from these Dhamma speakers or from my books, my own reading. That is very important. That has to be done. Sooner the better. Earlier the better. Then, if that person is not doing that self-reflection with regard to whether a sufficient amount of Dhamma things I've been learning from some Dhamma speakers or books or my own reading is not to be seen in my life, in my personal life, that means that person is still pamatto, negligent in his or her practice. Naro pamatto. Buddha did not take as nari. What does nari mean? Naro nari. Naro means man. Bit discriminating. Now, why is the woman not mentioned in here? Is it a unisex word, like not human? Not manusso, it's naro. Where is nari? Nari means woman. But as I repeatedly been explaining to you, Buddha is picking up the society. He could not go beyond the societal norms. He could not exceed the way how people normally think in society. He went ahead at a certain point, but he did not want to break the social norms in the first place. So he picked up, okay, I respect the man-made patriarchal society. I call it as Naro, but it is relevant to what you call man and woman. It's not a man-based thing only. So we have to understand. So we are looking at the conditions and then we learn the Dhamma. Don't learn Dhamma without learning the conditions that brought Buddha to talk about the Dhamma. We have to look at the conditions. That's why there is Naro, but not Nari. But Naro means, just take it as a unisex word, delayed human. Na takkaro. Takkaro means not doing accordingly. Just because that person is bahumpi che sahita. Che means, what does che mean? I think I heard some of you always say che. Che and che are two things. Che. Che means if. The meaning of che is if. Che means and. So these are two what do you call prepositions. So che in Pali means che if a person who is late but still talking about a lot of Dhamma, but there is no satisfactory performance in Dhamma in his or her practice. Che means if. What are these Pali words? Sahitam. Sahitam means, this is an interesting Pali word. Sahitam. Sahitam means
Scripture.
Dhamma and Vinaya. Now, in modern days, they talk about Tipitaka. At the Buddha time, there was no Tipitaka. It was only Dhamma and Vinaya, its teachings and the monastic discipline. Right? So it's mostly we understand as Dhamma and Vinaya. But later on, some monks thought, no, we have to explain more. We have to address everything. We have to defend the Dhamma. So then there comes the Abhidhamma section. Abhidhamma is a very fine, defensive, in their own way, treatment of the early Buddhists, I would say, main Dhamma teaching. But our lay people, sometimes having not understood what has happened in the historical scriptures, they pick up Abhidhamma in the first place. They don't know there's Abhidhamma class, let's go to the Abhidhamma class. But they haven't learned about the Dhamma first. Then what is happening is that they are picking up the defensive version first and then going to see the Dhamma after that. That's why it is very important to start learning Dhamma from suttas, I would say early Buddhist teachings. So here, Sahitam means Dhamma and Vinaya, basically Dhamma. Now, Bahumpi means lot of many Dhamma. Bahumpi means many. Okay. Bahumpi means many. Sahitam means teachings. Bhasaman. Have you seen some people who always talk about the Dhamma, even when they go for a dinner, lunch? They have no other topic to talk. They always talk about Dhamma. In that they are supposed to talk about Dhamma. Go for a lunch or dinner, you talk about accordingly. Right? That's why the Buddha said, don't talk about the Dhamma at the wrong time. Where did the Buddha say like that? Kalena Dhamma Sakaccha. In the Mangala Sutta, Buddha said, don't talk about the Dhamma at the wrong time. You are cooking and talking Dhamma. You might listen to a Dhamma talk, but then you are not doing anything in the better way. Because we have to give a respect. When we are ready, respectful, the things that we are hearing can better go inside of our heart. So we respect the Dhamma. We are preparing us for the Dhamma. That's why the Buddha said, give a particular good time for you to prepare for learning the Dhamma. So that will help you to practice it. Now, this again brings up another question. Is it because people are not ready to listen to Dhamma, but they listen to Dhamma talks? Is it why some people cannot put their Dhamma into the practice? We have to get ready for that. Say, for instance, a blessing. Now, you go to the Vihara, you are asking, requesting the Sangha members to bless you. So you have to be ready to receive the blessings. That's why the monks are saying that now I'm going to start chanting. Please listen to the chanting mindfully and attentively. Why is it? Be ready for that. Otherwise, you are not getting that benefit in that way. So the Buddha said, you should not discuss Dhamma at all times, because that might be a disrespect and that might not help that Dhamma to go to your real heart. Kalena Dhamma Sakaccha. That means discussing Dhamma at the right time. Not even that. Kalena Dhamma Savana. Listen to Dhamma at the right time. Two blessings in the Mangala Sutta. Kalena Dhamma Sakaccha. Then the Buddha said, Kalena Dhamma Savana, Kalena Dhamma Sakaccha. So they are very important. These are, I would say, very methodological ways to listen to Dhamma talk, engage in Dhamma discussion. So here, there is someone who is late in his or her practice, but this person knows a lot of Dhamma. Not even he or she knows a lot of Dhamma. He or she talks a lot of Dhamma things. Many teaching. Bahumpi means many. Vasamana means talking. But there is a problem. The problem is na takkaro. He or she does not act according. Takkaro. Takkaro na means does not. Takkaro means act according. Example, gopo iva. We're gonna break like this. Gopo means cowherd, then iva. But as you can see, there is a combination. So then what happens then? This E is going to be elided, taken out, and then there's apostrophe mark, it becomes gopo. Like a cowherd. Gopo iva means like a cowherd. Gavo ganayang. Gavo ganayang. Gavo means cows. Cows. Ganayang means counting. Paresam means others' cows. That means if you ever happen to count cows, try to count your own cows. If you, if you have cows, don't try to count other people's cows. So the Buddha says, now the person is talking my Dhamma. A lot of things they are talking, but does not act according. So it is like that there is someone who is counting other person's cows. Now, what does it mean by other persons? Buddhist one, in order to benefit from the Dhamma teachings, that person understands. I would say learn, not understand. If they understand, definitely they would have practiced. I think they learn. I think now the idea is learning, but no understanding. Just because you learn, you won't understand. Right? Learning, understanding. So then it is like someone becomes a cowherd and counting others' cows. Na bhagava samanya sabhuti. Bhagava, I think I already mentioned to you, Bhagava means, now attain is one idea, Bhagava means eligible. Bhagava. Na Bhagava is not eligible, does not deserve to reap the fruits of samanyas. Samanyas means contemplative life. Samanyas. Now you know samana. Samana means someone who is trying to understand oneself, self-enlightenment, right? So whenever you don't practice what you learn, but you simply a Dhamma preacher, you are simply a talker, then you are going to be like a cowherd who is going to take care of others' cows. And then at the end of the day, you will get a certain salary, part-time salary. You take it and then you leave the place. Right? But the owner of the cows is getting all the things. He's getting all the 5 benefits. What are they? There are early explanation about these 5. Milk of the cow, curd. Curd means the fermentation of the dairy products. And ghee is a clarified butter, urine of the cows, and the dung, cow dung for different purposes. So that part-time worker does not get any of these things. Just only get some money for the whole day. Don't become that kind of a cowherd, somebody's cowherd. Become the owner of the cows. Now don't misunderstand this in a different way. The idea is if you really want to get the best out of the Dhamma, you should be able, you should find ways to bring whatever you learn into an understanding, and then that understanding has to be inside of your character as a person. That's the idea. So we can actually discuss this next stanza based on the good side of it. Any questions so far? Any questions about this stanza? Yes. Yes, Gan. Yes.
Bhante, I want to ask about the ch and ch, which is and if. Is the spelling the same for
No,
Pali?
no. Let me show you again. Okay, you're asking this che.
J.
Che. Yeah, che does not means and. Che is and. Che means like sache. In Pali, we have another Pali word sache or che. Che means if a person who has a lot of Dhamma knowledge and is to talk about Dhamma but never put that Dhamma into practice. If preposition if. Ce here che.
Cha is and.
Cha is and. Cha, yes. This and. I think we can find out an example for cha as well. Let's see over here. Here, ragancha, dosancha. That means raga and dosa and moha. So cha and then che. They are two prepositions. So che means if. Yes, you have a question, Indra? Let's go ahead.
Yes, that word sahitam in the first line, Bhante. Is it normal M, sahitam, or nigahita?
Is it, pardon me,
Is it
sahitam?
normal M, or do we pronounce sahitam or sahitang as nigahita?
Okay, right. Bahum piche sahitan.
Yes,
Actually, both is okay. Sahitan,
right.
both is okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
All right. Let's go to the next stanza and then we'll leave questions for that time because of the timing issue here. Okay, we'll go to the good side of this idea. Appam piche sahitam bhasamano. Now you understand that the person that the Buddha talks at this point is a good person. Appampi che sahitam. If there is somebody who learns a little, who talks a little Dhamma. Why does that person talks a little Dhamma? Maybe he or she has not studied a lot. Maybe the Dhamma that he or she has learned already is enough for him or her to become a better person. Because in Dhamma, we don't think that the quantity matters. What matters is the quality of what you know. Sometimes you know a lot of 1,000 quality teachings, but you have never seen the quality of any of those 1,000 teachings. You regard them as, consider them as quantity teachings. I know Noble Eightfold Path, Panchakanda, this sutta, that sutta, meditation, but you have never delved into depth of any of those teachings. One is enough. I'm not saying that one is enough for everybody, but if you look at in entirety of that teaching, even a small Dhamma teaching is enough. But this does not discourage anybody who wants to study more. But please understand, your studying will be very fruitful if you could bring what you learn into your practice. And then you can feel that there's something happening within. Okay, so there is someone who talks maybe a little amount of Dhamma, appampi sahitam. But this is the transformation of that person. Let's look at it, very interesting. But he or she, dhammassa hoti anudhammachari. He is or she is living according to the Dhamma. Anudhammachari means, anu means according to. I'm going to, anu means according to. Dhammachari means according to the Dhamma. Chari means lives. According to the Dhamma. Now, how do we know that we live according to the Dhamma? How to know that thing? As a layperson, your bare minimum measurement of this understanding is whether you are able to abide by the 5 precepts. If you cannot even take care of 5 precepts, what are you talking about with regard to the Noble Eightfold Path? You will never get there. It will be a learning only. So we are starting from that 5% discipline. And then we are going to talk about the rest of the thing. So now the person has a good assurance within himself, herself, that I have been able to keep to the 5 precepts. And then the rest, samadhi and all that. And then not even that. While he or she is practicing according to the Dhamma, he or she is going to overcome as much raga, as much dosa, as much moha as she or he can. Now, raga, dosa, moha, I would say, yeah, could be lust as well. Raga. Dosa means, better word is hate. It's hate. Moha is delusion. So now, how does someone know that my Dhamma practice has been going well? I feel that my raga is going to be, what do you call, slow down, reduce. My dosa also has been going down. My moha, forgetfulness, not being able to put Dhamma in the right practice, those kind of moments, now they are not anymore happening that much. So I can do a self-check-in with my own Dhamma practice. I can feel it. It's not that you are thinking that I practice Dhamma the way that I remember every Dhamma teaching. I know suttas and all that. You are measuring out your Dhamma practice, the idea that you are practicing according to Dhamma, by ways of how much raga, how much dosa, how much moha have been slowing down day by day. Now, when you wake up early in the morning, by the evening when you sleep, you have to feel that how much raga, dosa, moha have been, going down in my practice. Have I been able to, manage my raga, dosa, moha? That is a very good indication that you are practicing according to Dhamma. But if you feel that I have same raga, I have same dosa, I have same moha, just as how I had a couple years back, but I still know Dhamma, but I still learned a lot of Dhamma things, I think that is not a good measurement. Then you are becoming a person, which the Buddha said as cowherd. You are doing a part-time job, you're getting some money at the end of the day. Take the money and leave. And next day you are coming back and start the job. Take the money, go away. Our Dhamma practice should not be the job of a cowherd. Now you might think about, I had to be a full-time worker in a farm. No, it's not the idea. The idea is don't become a cowherd. Not even that. Samma pajano suvimutta chitto. These are very interesting Pali words. Let's understand the real meaning. Samma pajano. Pajana means, this Pali word is highly mentioned in the Satipatthana Suttas. All Satipatthana Suttas. Samma pajana means, samma means well, pajana means knowing. Knowing well. What are we supposed to know well? Tell me. My neighborhood, my family. Yes, we have to know who they are, right? How to work with them. My workplace, my country, my traveling. Yes, this is what we are normally trying to understand more. Yes, we need to understand. But what does samma pajano mean? Pajano means knowing, samma means well. Samma pajano means knowing the panchakanda in a better way. What is panchakanda? 5 aggregates. 5 aggregate means form, feelings, then perceptions, formations, and consciousness. These are the constitutes of our constructs of our life. One is material part, the rest of the 4 are mind parts. Now we all have a form, right? Form, figure, everything you can say. And then the rest of the 4, they are mind-based stuff. Second thing is feelings. Do we have feelings? Yes. Then third thing is sankhara. Sankhara means? What does sankhara mean?
Memory.
Perception.
Memory.
Let's translate this Pali word in a layman's language. Layman's language is memory. We have a lot of memories in this life, in past life. Even now we are making memory. OPRC day 51. We are making memories. Right? So memories. Then sankhara.
Mind formation. Formation of the
formation.
mind.
Let's translate this in a very interesting, simple layman language. People might not understand. Yeah, monastic language is more formation. Some people even translate this to be fabrication. I mean, what are these English words? Might not relate to us. What is sankhara? Karma. Good karma, bad karma. That is sankhara. Are we making sankhara now? Yes, we are intentionally participating in this class. Right? So, sankhara means karma, making karma. How do we make karma?
Action, violation.
That means
and 3 doors.
It is not the mere action that makes karma. Karma means an intentional action, an volitional action. As we know what we are doing. So that is called sankhara. Then vijnana means consciousness. There are many vijnanas that are going in our mind. Normally there are 7 vijnanas. The first vijnana is the main vijnana that comes to us from the past life. We call it main consciousness. We have a word called bhavanga vijnana. That is the one which departs this body when we pass away. The rest of the 6 vijnanas are the sensory consciousnesses. Chakku vijnana, sota, gana, jiva. They are working within the parameters of the bhavanga vijnana. They cannot do anything beyond the main vijnana, which departs. Because when the main vijnana comes to a different body, then that main vijnana cannot do anything. Just stay there. The one life related 6 vijnanas have to maintain that vijnana till it goes. It's like a VIPP is going to another country. He cannot bring all the forces into that country. Security personnel in that country have to take care of him until he comes back to his own country. So in the same way, this main vijnana is what goes to the next slide. Always change. Now, we are going to understand Sammapajanu. Sammapajanu means now this person who is practicing Dhamma according to what the Dhamma requires him or her to practice. This person is going to see the 5 aggregates, Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana, in a very distinct, in a very special way. It is called Sammapajanu. Are we seeing our 5 aggregates in a distinct way, or are we thinking that 5 aggregates, they are just another Dhamma teaching? How do we understand? So are we going to call, hey, you are a Panchakanda, I'm also Panchakanda, you are Panchakanda A and B, you are C, somebody else is D and E. We are not calling anybody you are a Panchakanda. Yes, I understand you have a name, your name is Anne, your name is Mike. I'm not calling you as a Panchakanda, but you understand the person within Anne, person within Mike is a construct of the Panchakanda. Now this person who is really following Dhamma according to what Dhamma requires him or her to be is trying to understand 5 aggregates that are in different beings' life in unique ways. Right? Even he or she gets to see a dog, even a cat. I understand you are a Panchakanda. I call you as a cat. But I know what is within your cat's nature is a Panchakanda. You are another being in this samsara. You are another being. Even when, let's say, we talk about the ghost, hungry ghost, Deva, Brahma, anybody, they all are carrying their own Panchakanda. So coming to a certain interesting, unique understanding that nobody can go over the Panchakanda unless that person finishes the samsaric journey. Sammapajanu. Then, Suvimutta Chitto. Suvimutta Chitto means now here Buddha is talking about an Arahant who can Who can overcome raga, dosa, moha completely? Only an arahant. Who can see the panchakhanda in a unique way? An arahant. Who can be very well freed from all the defilements, all the kilesas, all the asanas? Suvimutta chitto. Mutta means freed. Suvimutta chitto. That means there is someone who is freed from one's own mind. Are we freed from our own mind? Anybody? No, we are tied down to our own thoughts. Right? We are always tied down. Right? It's like a dog who is trying to catch his own tail, never going anywhere. He thinks that this is a different tail, but it's his own tail. We are tied down to our own fetters, defilements. So the ultimatum of our Dhamma journey is to free us from these tying thoughts, tying fetters. Arahant in this place already freed from that bondage. And then we're going to, because there is a story as well I want to share with you. Not even that. Anupadiyanu idava huranva. Let's understand these two Pali words. Ida means in this life. Huran means next life. Pali word ida means in this life. Huran means next life. Now the Arahant is not having anupadiyanu, no clinging invested in this life or for the next life. How about us? How many of us are thinking about the next life and then I have to be reborn as a nice person, all that, right? Right? The moment when you think about your own Dhamma practice, your merits, you might be still creating a different panchakhanda, non-existing panchakhanda. Right? And with the unfinished things that in this life. So this Arahant is having no clinging for this life and the next life. Is it possible for us to do? I think we can learn. We can learn the framework of how not to cling to this life. How to do it? Using anicca, dukkha, anatta to see everything. We are bringing anicca, dukkha, anatta to see every phenomenon in our life. That really helps us. It will not, now a lot of people do it in their own way, but finally they come to a certain place where they feel that they are overwhelmed with lots of suffering. They are doing in the wrong way. Now, when you use anicca to see this whole universe with their own phenomena, you are not going to be either happy or unhappy. You are bringing yourself to a upekha level. Right? When bad things are happening to you, when good things are happening to you, you are not getting change in that affective quality. So, when you really bring anicca, then dukkha perspective. Dukkha means that you are not suffering. We all have different, what you call, states of mind at different times. But when you understand those events before, when that hits on you with upekha, you are not going to suffer. Now, the fine example is arahants. When arahants are going through pain, they are not suffering. How many of you have heard when some of our friends, when they are going through certain pain, life is suffering, see, I have a back pain here. Really? Then what about the arahants? Arahants also go through that back pain before they pass it, but they never call it a suffering. So they understand that. It is, I have to look at it from upekha. And they call that their life is full of suffering. When you understand even that particular so-called, you name it, suffering will not be a suffering. Let's say someone is having a back pain, someone is having another pain, and you are trying to understand this pain is not permanent. Right? If this pain is not permanent, then this is anicca. That means in the next moment, this can go away. No pain is permanent, right? if you take arthritis, come and go. But if you are under a certain treatment, you are going to know how to treat with it. So, eventually what the Buddha asking us to change the attitude that you are looking at your life. So then dukkha, anatta is such a very beautiful concept. If you practice anatta, you will never get angry. Now, a very simple example of anatta is, take an example, suppose there is a person who was blamed by someone, but the person who was blamed has lost his temper, her temper, thinking to take revenge. The idea of taking revenge shows that this person does not know the concept of anatta, unless there is a certain explanation that he or she should have done at that point. So, let's say someone was blamed 1 hour ago, right? Maybe 5 p.m. in your time, Malaysian time. Now this is probably 6:30 p.m., maybe almost 7 o'clock. If he or she is to think that I have to take revenge, I have to retaliate, but if that person knows anatta, he or she thinks, no, it was not me. Because not I was blamed. My previous self was blamed by XYZ people. It was not me. You blame my previous self. Now, how many people have blamed us in our sansaric life? Billions, trillions of people. Even the Buddha was blamed by many people. So we are not taking it to that much concern. So anatta is such a beautiful concept to lower our self-centeredness. Right? So then anupadhyano means not clinging. If you go down to this clinging, it means not being able to bring anicca dukkha anatta into our difficult times. Easy times and difficult times. That is called anupadhyana. But arahants, they are built in with this understanding. Not because arahant, we can also practice in our own way till we get there. Okay, let's go back again. There is someone who knows a little Dhamma and then talks a little about Dhamma, not a lot, practicing Dhamma exactly the way how the Buddha explains to us. Then thereby he or she is going to overcome raga, dosa, moha, lust, hatred, delusion. At the same time, he or she understands and seeing the Panchakanda, 5 aggregates, in a very unique way, special way. At the same time, being freed from thoughts that are tied onto the mind and having anicca dukkha anatta perspective in terms of understanding oneself, others, inside, beyond everything about this life and next life. There's no upadana. This kind of person is someone who is bhagava, eligible for the reaping, acquiring the highest fruits of the Dhamma. Highest fruits means, call them as Nibbana one day. This is the only way someone can really progress in his soul, the Dhammapada. Now, the story. I think with the story you can ask other questions. There were 2 brothers. I think I have to translate this name. Dve means 2. Sahayaka means companions. Companions. 2 companion monks. Story. So, there were 2 brothers or 2 friends who wanted to become monk. One is a very old one, other one is a young one. So they went to the Jetavanarama temple. They asked from the Buddha ordination and they were ordained. And then after 5 years of training, every monk has to train for 5 years under a teacher as a probationary period. Then both had to decide which path they have to pursue. Which path means how to progress one's own Dhammapada. So the old one thought, I cannot learn a lot of Dhamma because I'm old. So I go to the forest and I want to meditate. And the young one thought, no, I can talk Dhamma very well. So I want to study more. This is what he thought. So what happened? The old one, he went to the forest and he meditated. At the same time, he learned his own practical understanding about Dhamma. He became an Arahant. And the young one, he was learning a lot of Dhamma things, suttas and everything. And then he became a very famous teacher for 500 other monks. For 500, not normal monks, very learned, another 500 monks. Now, the story is, when the monks who are practicing with the Arahant monk in the forest, asking this Arahant monk, now we have done quite a bit of our Dhamma practice, we would like to see our Buddha. Then this Arahant monk is always advising them, okay, you can go to the Savatthi Jetavanarama, respect the Buddha, and there are 80 main Arahant monks, respect them also. And there is my friend who is teaching Dhamma, they say hi to him as well. Okay? So they all go to Jetavanarama, respected the Buddha, and then respected the 80, 80 Arahant monks. Then they come down to this famous Dhamma teacher. Say, your friend asked us to respect you. So then he did not mind about this. This famous Dhamma speaker monk didn't mind about this thing. But when all these monks time to time come and see him, he was thinking he was a challenge, unenlightened monk, right? Then one day, when that kind of crowd of monks came from the forest, they said the same thing. We also wanted to see you because your friend monk asked us to pay respect to you. And then he started talking something not good about the Arahant monk. Probably he didn't know that he's Arahant. He was trying to say, what Dhamma does he know? He doesn't know even some suttas and all that. He was bad-mouthing about the other monk just because he is really conceited about what he knows. Then one day, the Arahant monk came to Jetavanarama to respect the Buddha and 80 other monks. So he came and he also wanted to say hi to his friend. So he came in. He was very humble. So that day, this unenlightened famous Dhamma speaker monk wanted to challenge him. So Buddha was giving a Dhamma talk and he knew this person is going to make a bad karma. So he pretended he is going around the vihara inside because he wanted to come to this place. So then he came to this place. Now he saw the old, Arahant monk and the young monk, popular Dhamma speaker. Then they both respected him. And then he took a seat. And then the Buddha wanted to ask questions from the Arahant monk and the popular Dhamma speaker. So his questions were very practical questions. Not that how many steps that I asked Prince Siddhartha walk just after I was reborn. There are questions. At which age I became a monk? Right? What was the first Dhamma talk I gave? They are not questions like that, like very knowledge-based questions. So he asked very practical questions. What is meditation? What is the first jhana? Right? So the popular Dhamma speaker monk could not answer in a practical way because he knows only the teachings. He has not been able to put them into the practice and then see that now actually, even in your practice, now everything that you've been learning so far, when at a moment of time, if you think how to put that into my practice, even the meditation, the way you look at your own meditation and what you learn from a certain Dhamma teaching or a retreat, sometimes could be different because you understand in a particular personal way. So the popular Dhamma speaker monk could not answer. Then finally, Buddha asked a question about a Sotapan. It's from jhanas and all that to become a Sotapan. He could not answer that too. Then the Buddha said, sadhu, 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 not in a way to, mock the monk. Then the popular Dhamma speaker monk had a lot of followers, lay people. 500, 600 followers around. They were not happy about what the Buddha did. What are you doing? This is our popular Dhamma speaker monk. You should not do this. And then the Buddha said these two stanzas. Right? These two stanzas. Buddha said, it doesn't matter how much you know. What matters is whether you have the practice within that. It doesn't matter how much Dhamma you know. What matters is whether you have been able to incorporate what you know, even in a little bit. So this is the story. So what is the importance to lay people from this story? So the moral story from these two stanzas is that whenever you are going to learn Dhamma, you need to understand what matters is your practice. So you have to look at very much about whether you have been able to practice what you know so far. Keep the learning on a side. I'm not saying that stop learning. You have just do it. So many resources. But what is very important to you is that whether you have been able to put whatever you have been learning into the practice. Others cannot help you. It is only you know how to do it. We only can teach. You are the person who knows what's happening in your life, in your daily life, how to handle certain emotions, certain feelings, difficult moments, happy moments in your life. Right? So it is up to you. That's why the Buddha said, Tumhehi kechan atappam akkhataru tathagata. Tathagatas are only advising. Tathagatas cannot take you to Nibbana. You yourself should strive on. So what is important is a good practice. Knowledge is not underscore. No, we still need knowledge, but we have to gain the right knowledge for the practice. Otherwise, we are going everywhere for the learning. All right. Any questions for today?
Bhante, Guihua here. Bhante,
Yes.
I got one question. Just now you say 7 vijnana, the 7 consciousness. One is bhavanga, Chakku, Sota, Gana, Jiwa, Kaya, and another one is what?
Mano.
Chitta, what? Oh, Mano. Okay. Okay, got it. Then another question is the hurang, idawa, hurangwa. That hurang, can it be the synonym, can it be pecha? P-E-C-C-A.
Hurang means next life.
Next life. Pecha, P-E-C-C-A, the
Picture. Yeah, picture is also another word for next life. Yeah, picture.
Can be the synonym.
Yeah, it's synonymous. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. Other questions for today?
Bhante, if I can comment.
Yes.
Yeah. So your story about the cow herd, right? It reminds me of an auntie of mine. I have an auntie. She has a head full of Dhamma knowledge. But then in her everyday life, we don't see the kindness, we don't feel it doesn't. So I feel like the Dhamma knowledge is just in the head, but not in the heart. So your story today actually reminds me of her. Yeah, it's a bit sad because she's really very, very knowledgeable about the Dhamma, and she can even give Dhamma talk. Yeah.
So we can basically call that kind of a person as a cowherd.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. Because the other interesting thing is that why some people's Dhamma knowledge, head Dhamma knowledge, does not go to the heart. It is because there are many reasons. One thing is that got the knowledge, but didn't get the knowledge to use it with some discipline. It's like that you're giving a gun to someone without the discipline. Going to shoot everybody around that person. Right? So we need the discipline to handle the knowledge. That discipline is not given in many places. Let's say now we are giving Dhamma to someone. We are always trying to say practice is more important, but have to teach you now. But practice is the most important. You have to keep in mind before you take the knowledge. Otherwise, without telling that, you have to learn a lot of things, you're going to be well read, and there's no single mention about the practice, that kind of a person will only keep the knowledge in the head. So I think that is very sad. The purpose is not going to be served.
Bhante,
Yes.
these two verses, will you hear? These two verses, is it synonymous with the Pariyati, Patipati, Pativeda? Something like that. The practice, the learning, the practice, and the realization.
Yes, definitely. Yes. Pariyati means knowledge, then Patipatti means the practice, and Pativeda means the understanding, or what do you call, attaining certain states. In simple layman language, what we need to say is that practice is more important. That is the most important thing. Try to practice. Otherwise, Dhamma will not help you. Otherwise, what is going to happen is Dhamma, what you call, one thing is whether you learn the true Dhamma is another problem. Some people, they learn something that is not the true Dhamma. They are not learning from the exact particular right places. That is also a problem, that they cannot practice it. Right? Let's say you are going to buy something that is really not going to work for your sickness. And then what is happening is that there is no medication for the wrong medicine, right? Are there medicine for the wrong medicine? Now you have a tummy problem. You go and buy a over-the-counter medication from a pharmacy, but which is not going to work. Maybe you got a wrong one. And then now you have two problems: actual sickness, and then the sickness that comes from the wrong medicine. Sometimes they are learning wrong things, even the meditation, some basic Dhamma teachings. So they cannot practice it because it's wrong. It's not going to work. Yes, Sering, you have a question?
Bhante, in the stanza, the Dhammachari today, and is it the same as Dhammacharya?
Yeah, Dhammacharya is the state of that mind. That means practicing according to the Dhamma is Dhammacharya. Dhammachari means the person who is doing that.
Bhante,
Yes.
Jenny here. Just want to, since you're talking about the Dhammachari, actually, what is the Dhammasa word in that sentence? What is the what purpose does it serve?
Dhammasa is the true Dhamma. Now, Dhammachari means the person is now following the true Dhamma, that particular Dhamma. Same meaning, actually.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. It refers to the same true Dhamma teachings. All right. I think there are no more questions. We are going to transfer the good karmas that we've been making so far. May all the good karmas which you've been making today by learning about the last two stanzas about the first chapter of the Dhammapada be transferred to all the departed ones who passed away in the name of all of us. May they be well and happy. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me nyathinam hotu sukita hontu nyathayo. Idam me nyathinam hotu sukita hontu nyathayo. Idam me nyathinam hotu sukita hontu nyathayo. May all Deva, Naga, Mahindika share all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of us for good health, quality of life, prosperity, and safety. May they in particular bless our Dhamma journeys. May they finally attain the supreme bliss of me. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ettavatacha ammehi sambhatang punya sampadang sabe deva anumodantu sampasang patti siddhya. Ettavatacha ammehi sambhatang punya sampadang sabe bhuta anumodantu sampasang patti siddhya. Ettavatacha ammehi sambhatang punya sampadang sabe satta anumodantu sampasang patti siddhya. Akasattha Chibummattha Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhang Pulukasasanang Akasattha Chibummattha Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhang Tudesanang Akasattha Chibummattha Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhang Tumang Paranti Chirang Rakhang Tumang Sananti. At the same time, we are making a great wish at the end of all our good karmas. May we be in the company of Kalyana Mitras till we attain Nibbana. Imina Punya Kammina Mami Bada Samagamo Satang Samagamo Yavanibbana Patya. Finally, may all the good karmas which we've been making today, by learning about the most important aspect of our Dhamma learning. Learning is important, but practice is more important, essential. Otherwise, we are not able to see the fruits in our life, in our samsaric life. So thinking thus, may all the good karmas that we've been making today be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana silis nichang baddha pachaino chattaro dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanu sukhang balang ayurarugya sampatti sagga sampatti mivacha Athu Nibbana Sampatti Iminati Samikshatu Sadhu Sadhu. And that's the end of our OPRC class for today. Wishing you a good evening. We'll see you next Thursday.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you,
night,
Bhante.
Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you,
Bhante.
Bhante.
Good night,
Good night,
Bhante.
everyone.
Sadhu,
Good night,
sadhu,
everyone.
sadhu.
Thank you,
Sadhu.
Bhante.
Thank
Sadhu,
you,
sadhu,
Bhante.
sadhu.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Good night, Bhante.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sadhu,
Thank
sadhu.
you.
Good night and take
Bye.
care. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye,
Bhante.
Bhante.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you. Yes.